it's been really difficult to watch. I have not wanted to rewatch about any game.
Not rewatch. I haven't wanted to finish watching the games that I'm watching, but it's like I got to sit there to the end and finish the knee-jerk article, and it's just like I want to just go do something else because it would be more productive than sitting here watching this futility of hope. Yeah, the futility of sitting here watching a team hoping they can, come back and win a football game when I know they can't.
Yeah. So I'll ask you this right now. Looking back at it now, if you had to, forced to, right now, Rich, this is what you have to do. You had to pick one game from this season, regular season. Believe it or not, probably the preseason might be the one game that you had to rewatch right now. What would you pick?
Probably one of the two games I was at. Probably Tennessee.
Really?
Yeah, Kyle and I had a good time, and
yeah,
I wasn't great enough, but yeah, it was all right.
I will go with the Ravens.
Okay, I can see that one too.
If I had to go back and watch one, but even their wins, they're just kind of like, probably one of the more exciting ones was the Browns because of the way the Steelers did it. Bookending the game with the defensive touchdowns in order to win.
Yeah, that was pretty fun too to be at the game for that one.
But the problem with that is how not scoring the rest of the offense was. And I'm not someone that just has to watch scoring. I don't. I mean, I was really intrigued by that Minnesota Las Vegas game just to see.
Oh, so was I.
To go to overtime 0-0. I did. But it's just, there's just it's been, some wins by attrition and just hasn't been pretty to actually go back and watch. I mean, if you ask me right now, I would go back and I still even mess up the year. Was it 2015? The catch that saved Christmas, the Immaculate Extension. I could go back and watch that game over and over and over and over again. I don't really have a desire to rewatch. I could go back and watch Ben's final game against the Browns at Heinz Field. I could go back and watch that again. There are some games that I could just think of that I could go back. And that's not what the Steelers do. Wouldn't it be nice to get some games here in these last four that you would feel like watching again?
If I want to get excited about the Steelers, I go to YouTube and watch, like Troy Polamalu's top 50 plays.
Yeah.
It's like.
And honestly, for the super chat question that we had before, did we have another one that I missed? I think we might have. Yeah. Yeah, we did. I got it. I'll bring it up here shortly.
Okay.
But we're still not getting asked about would they have more motivation with Rudolph over Trubisky. Not necessarily about Rudolph, but just talking about Trubisky. Going into the game, do you feel like Mitch Trubisky is going to give you anything that you're going to want to rewatch?
Going into the game, I do not count on Mitch Trubisky to win a game. My thing for him is don't kill us.
Yeah. But I mean, I had fun watching back some of Kenny Pickett's games from last year at the end, like the Christmas Eve game, the Ravens game. There was some good ones there. And I at least thought there was some potential, there was at least some excitement. And of course, you're saying, Kenny Pickett's terrible, we'll have the same trolley type guy coming in to say that again. But he did at least give you, there is something to the moxie of it. That's what Trevor Lawrence was missing this week. He didn't seem to have the moxie that he has at other times. And that's why they kind of laid the egg that they did. So, I mean, it's frustrating that you're like, really? Is it the Steelers system that someone like Mitch Trubisky, Joe Flacco's coming in and not sucking, But he's all right if he throws an interception or two. They'll turn it around and still try to win the game. You throw an interception, Mr. Trubisky throws another interception, you're like, I don't know if they can overcome this.
Yeah.
It's just so tough. Kyle Smith, $5 into the tip jar. Says everyone posts stats about how bad the Steelers quarterbacks have been, but even bad quarterbacks luck into big games. The scheme doesn't even have potential for luck. What do you think of that, Rich?
The scheme leans so little on being on the quarterback having to bring the team to victory. That's what it is. It's designed to, that can't put it. Quarterbacks can't put the team on his shoulders. So if it's not set up to work that way, then you're never going to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I could get behind this statement 100%. That the scheme doesn't even have potential for. I mean, it just doesn't seem like it's almost like the job of the offense is to just be there.
I wish I could go on
stick around, and maybe we could just throw it on the back at the end and win it. That's not the way to do it.
I'd like to go on the screen here and I could change it to where I could, so where the scheme has, but the scheme does have the potential for just take the L there at the end and just make that an S, and there you go. That's what it is.
Yeah, that has the potential to suck. So.
And Dave is gone. Miss you, Dave. Well, we are actually nearing the end. I was hoping Dave was getting close to time to wrapping this up. I will hope he pops back in here. We do have to move forward. We do have another game on Saturday, and there comes Dave again. Hi, Dave. We missed you.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm going to try again if I disappear. All I was trying to do was take away the comment, and it kicked me out. So I'm going to see if it does.
Isn't that fun? So,
okay, I worked this time.
I was saying that we are actually just, we do have to move on. There is a game this weekend. I've been so down. I'm not even on things. I'm so far I haven't even paid much attention to what's going on with the Steelers, other than I know both outside linebackers were in the concussion
they both
protocol,
practiced
but they
today.
both practiced full.
They were
limited. Oh, that's right. It was limited.
They were limited.
That's right.
If you're in the protocol, they're not going to let you come back and practice full. I think because they actually pull you out of certain things to test certain things. I'm not 100% on that. That is just my belief and understanding of that. So I don't know, but you can't move through the protocol if you don't practice. So they were both out there, both practicing. And remember, neither player got put in the protocol on Thursday. Highsmith was ruled out with a neck injury. And he was put in the protocol the next day, as was Watt. And we could get into that whole thing with Watt and the protocol, but I'm just going to stand back. I just wanted to talk more about the problems with the Steelers and if they're going to fix these things. I mean, wouldn't it be great if you just came out and saw a fired up defense, because the defense did not seem to be fired up on Thursday, a fired up defense and an offense that takes chances. I would love to see a game that had 4 turnovers, 2 on each team. But actually, because the Steelers were taking chances and not just playing it so safe on offense, that you couldn't do it. So, all right. Well, Rich, so this week, a lot of this, I know we'll do your score prediction here, but a lot of it's going to depend on the outside linebackers, right?
Yep.
Yeah. The other players that didn't practice today, Tuesday, because remember, this was the first injury report because of the Saturday game. Isaac Seumalo and Landon Roberts and Najee Harris. I think all those were a little bit more precautionary. Even Cam practiced in a limited fashion. Was quoted as saying, "Hey, it was important to be out there. We got to get to work." So,
yeah.
The big question I have, am I going to feel different about the Steelers when we come back next Tuesday? Or am I going, because it's 2 weeks, two is a pattern. Tomlin says it, 2 is a pattern. 2 weeks in a row, we're feeling the same way. That's why you don't have faith going forward. So what do you have to say about this week?
I don't have faith going forward. Just don't. And honestly, it just comes down to me looking at we've got a banged up defense and the offense sucks.
Yeah.
So you ready for the score?
I'm ready for the score.
All right, the score: Colts 21, Steelers 16.
21-16. Okay, well, no one's put theirs out there. Remember, as soon as I put this in here, you bring it up. If you don't say team, we assume it's Steelers. But there, I just put it out there that the scores are here. So, yeah, I just don't know. It just feels when you get this feeling for so long, it's too hard to shake it. It really is.
Yeah.
So here we go. We've got Gabriel Golden saying 26-20. That would be Steelers. Okay. We got Afton. Afton, she's like you, Rich. Believe it when you see it, right? 12-24 Colts. Thomas Riley, he still believes. He still believes. In the tie. Steelers 13, Colts 13. Thomas Potts has Colts 17-6. Outside Steeler fan says good guys 24-18. Gavin Anthony says 24-17 Colts. Kobe, we'll just say Kobe. Colts 27-13. Sean Manahan says Steelers 17, Colts 13 because it's a gotta have it game. Steelers Pittsburgh says 10-10 through overtime. Steel Dog 88 says 20-13 Colts. Brian Brown says 12-10 Steelers. Gary says 24-13 Colts. This is Biggie Bronco, the Broncos fan. He comes in here, says with the Colts coming off a loss and y'all coming off back-to-back losses. Pittsburgh 10-3. Okay. Seth Phyllis 9-19 Steelers. Tom Vallejo says Colts 27, Steelers 13. Ruben Stone says 31-13 Steelers. Mitch shows out. It's impossible if this team's going to hit 30 points. It does. It really does. John Walter says Colts 21, Steelers 10. Okay. Alex Mahoney says 14-13 Steelers. Tim J says 21-10 Colts. John Funker says 15-14 Steelers. Bradley Stone, Colts 28, Steelers 13. Tyler W says Steelers 17, Colts 10. Big running game day. That's some things about this game. Is the Colts don't have a great run defense. Steelers want to be able to run the ball. Steelers defense with the veterans, if someone's going to come out with more markable improvement, I'm more confident in the defense improving. So I can see the Steelers keeping the score down. So if you can run the ball and keep the score down, you've got a chance. But the thing is, how much longer are we actually going to keep? I know I'm going to get back to the scores, but how much longer are we going to keep coming here and still have to at least mention
playoffs?
Yeah, that the Steelers are still alive.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
If they drop another one, I think we're done. So the question is, how much longer is that conversation going to keep happening? All right, I got to get back to this. Sorry, I did my little aside there. Okay, Mr. Woodside, Steelers 23-19. 23-19. Wasn't that the Packers score? Is that what it was? Because it's from Monsters Inc. There was a 23-19 in there because I did that on the post-game show. I think it was the Packers. Okay. Harvey Stone has Steelers 16-14. Kathy Ford says 17-10 Steelers. Rob Fitoff says 30-13 Colts. Jeremiah Yoder says 21-16 Steelers. Kyle Smith says 16-13 Steelers. Says offense will look good though. Sherry Richards, here we go. 19-17 Steelers. John Stevens has 17-15 Colts. Let's see.
All I got right now.
That's for score-wise, but
yes.
And for those, I think so. I was asking because whenever I bring up something on the screen, you see part of my shirt. It's the season. I have to wear these kind of shirts. So I am wearing my son of a nutcracker shirt. So just had to put that out there. Rich, it's not outside of the realm of possibilities to think the Steelers could win this game. It's just they haven't instilled the confidence.
They haven't.
Yeah.
And Dave, I'm going to be relying on you to bring it home.
You know what? I almost forgot about that. No, I didn't almost forget about it because it is this week, right?
It is this week.
You finally get a break.
I get a break. I will not be able to watch the Steeler game on this Saturday. We have the Western Maryland Classic. We have Nike basketball coming in. We got teams. We got some high school basketball teams from all over the country. I'm hoping that the one player's dad shows up because I'd like to get the chance to say hello to Dwayne Wade. But we'll see. So I got high school and college basketball games called this weekend. 13 games in 3 days.
13 games in 3 days. So yeah,
13 games in 3 days.
And you committed to that a long time ago, and that's where you're like you wanted
did.
to see that game on Sunday, but it's on Saturday. Mark Tobin's got one in there. He says 17-10 Steelers, guaranteed win. And Jamie Carlo then says 21-17 Colts. Got to throw those. Had to throw those out there. So
yep. So you can trust me. I'm going to be sitting at the announcer's table with the game on my phone, trying to keep an eye on what's going on. But I am going to have to be announcing games. Any luck? Depending on how late the game runs. Actually, no, it's probably not because what's the start time on the game?
4:30. I think so. I think it's
slight chance I could catch the last, I don't know, part of the fourth quarter if games get done on time, but I actually don't expect them to, so I'm probably going to miss the entire game. So Dave is going to hold it down and give me the knee-jerk reaction on things. I appreciate it.
You could, because it's on NFL Network, if you have the NFL Network app and you get NFL Network for your cable provider, you could actually have it on your phone. We'll talk about that. We'll see if I can get you that. But you're like, do I really want to?
I don't think
going, right?
I do not think the people at the game would appreciate me sitting there with my saying effing Mitch Trubisky, and not have my it's like
you're cutting in and out a little bit. I think you're hitting your cord. But it's all right. I'm just saying I can see a scenario where the Steelers could win this game. I would think it would have to be lower scoring. If the Colts jump out and score 3 touchdowns, I don't see the Steelers being able to hang with them. But
the Colts hit 20, it's over because the Steelers can't score 20.
There's something else about it though. Remember when the Steelers have only won 1 game out of the last 4. They beat the Bengals. And remember how Steelers fans, some of them were complaining that Bengals defense is terrible and the Steelers could only score 16 points. Well, guess what? Colts only scored 14 on them last week. So it's not like the Colts are they're in the playoffs. I don't have it up to even play it unless you do. They're in that playoff picture as well. But the problem is, they're very similar to the Steelers. I don't know if their fan base knows who they are and how and what they can really expect from them. Maybe not so much as the Steelers, but it's just one of those games. I really don't know what to expect. But I can tell you what you all can expect. You can expect the same Steelers content that we're trying to bring you each and every week coming from Steel Curtain Network. My last minute thoughts, that'll be on Saturday because I obviously can't do it Sunday because the game's on Saturday. But other than that, I think you're going to have a very similar lineup with everything, except you're going to have a post-game show on Saturday after the game. And then that'll put the Q&A on Sunday rather than on Saturday. Other than that should pretty much be very similar for us. Make sure you're checking out steelcurtainnetwork.com. We are pouring our heart and soul into a lot of stuff there. So come on out, take in the content, join in the conversation. Rich, what do you want to say to close us out here tonight?
Hey, I hope this turns out like what Sherry Richards commented on there. I really hope this turns out to a game that I wish I would have been able to sit down and watch. it would make me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
But, it's another one of those, win, lose, or draw. Next Tuesday, I'm going to sit here with you and we're going to talk about it no matter how it turns out for the Steelers. We'll break it down. We'll look at things. And, it's not that it's not that I'll ever not be cheering for my Steelers and my black and gold. It's just right now as a fan, I'm a bit on the disappointed side.
Yeah.
But I still get excited for games. You still get ready for them to happen. Even as frustrating as some of the past couple games have been, I'm still going to get excited some for the next one. Can't wait.